So we start this class. Right now it's start of page 1. Actually, it's very suitable for any kind of a student. For example, like college student and high school student in industry. Second is about this course also suitable is for. Okay, this course is also suitable is normally computer science college student. The third is for the software development. The software the student want to make the test. The fourth is about the computer science want to study about the master student. Finally is somehow when you graduate university, you want to engagement about the network security, VR, and the cloud computing, and the big data, and somehow is artificial intelligence, which means AI, and somehow is related to the computer science. This is also suitable for this topic. And also somehow is suitable is IT maintenance worker. So this topic we will introduce from the very fundamental to the detail the course. Also from a very detailed to discuss this course, how to learn this topic, how to learn this network like OSI physical layer. And in the chapter design, we will adjust the shoot for the student from the easier and to the very hard and to the very detailed. That's why helping you to understand the whole course. So I will plan the topic, the guideline, and also the schedule, also the plan to design this course, and also some example to build up this environment. And we also will teaching about the theory, about in the practice topic, and the practice how to do, how to design, how to work about this practice. And I also will share the PPT to you, let you understand. And also we will video course. You can watch it again and again. And also we will some exercise you can practice after this class. So it's a whole the topic I will plan in this course, and you can follow this step. So as I told you step and previous minute, actually it's a 10 chapter in this our course in topic. First is application layer. You know, it's like email layer, email SMTP, and somehow it's about a web browser, and also in application layer. And chapter 2, I will discuss about the transportation layer. Transportation layer, you know, is somehow is TCP and UDP, and you know, is TCP UDP is under is an application layer. So based on the application layer transfer to the TCP and the UDP, the transportation layer, then you can connect it to in the end-to-end like a routing in the traffic. And based on this routing network topology, also we will follow into the IP, discuss the IP. What is the IP? What's in the IP address and the subnetwork? So in chapter 3, I will talk about the IP address, how to plan the IP address, and the IP address, how to the sub-mask. Any question? No? Okay, good. And chapter 4, we will talk about static routing and dynamic routing. So it's a routing table. If you use the routing table, you can design the static routing and dynamic routing. Okay. So also we will follow to the network layer, the protocol, network layer, and also will discuss the chapter 6 about the data link, data layer network. And for example, like MAC layer is the data link. And chapter 7, we will talk about the physical layer. You know, it's somehow it's like right now it's a fiber to home or the wireless interface, is which means PHY layer, and like modulation and like data transfer in the physical, like IC and like end-to-end fiber is also in the physical layer. And chapter 8, we will talk about the network and the protocol, and also we will talk about the IP6 from the IP4, V4 to V6. Finally, we will talk about network security. As you know, it's like a lot of political election and annoying attack to the network. So right now, it's very important about the security, this topic. I also can introduce about the fingerprint and go through the fingerprint verify from the mobile phone or the notebook, and also from the verify matching, and go to the network Microsoft SDCP to the, which means security device connection protocol, and matching your fingerprint, and go to the FIDO2. Finally, you can use your fingerprint to pay, to certification, to make sure you don't using any password, and also you can verify and pay it in the network. So which means network computing security is very important recently here. The whole topic I plan to introduce is an agenda topic, and we will try to go through from all of these topic in this course. So actually, in this topic, actually the IT technology. In this topic, IT technology. Also, okay. In this topic, we can see. Wait me a moment. Okay, in this topic, we can see the IT technology is two way to introduce the software, the development computer science. First is about the software development and for the software company. For example, like computer networking and operating system, and somehow it's a database design, and also in the C language, C++ language, C# to the data structure. So if you understand this old topic, you can from this topic to do this work. And also from the computer science company also needed some maybe the Java, PHP, and the C# or Python. Python language is recently is very popular. You know, it's because the big data and the AI computing and the AI the chance. So based on this Java, PHP, and C# and Python, some opportunity is related to the big data and cloud computing and the web design, and somehow phone and the mobile terminal program. It's all your opportunity to do this. On the other way, first topic is about the software design from the computing science language. On the other part is about the IT, the maintenance. For example, like IT maintenance the hospital, IT maintenance for the government, and somehow it's made in the industrial or maybe somehow planning the IPv4 to V6. It's about web build. So about this IT operation, actually some topic. One is about the network maintenance. The second is about the Windows, the server, and the Linux server, the setup. Okay, the third is for the database, the management of Oracle, maybe MySQL or the Microsoft SQL. So you can do the maintenance database, like the mobile phone company, like Zhonghua Telecom. They have the database that maintain the mobile phone, the user subscriber, your phone number, right? Your location, because your mobile you take it and anywhere, anytime. So the database record your place, your location, and the database need to access when the base station access your location, then you can the telecom company can understand where are you. They help maintain your position to make a call to the other guys. That's why the database need understand your location, your number, your ID, your SIM card, and the billing, right? Because you need the company in charge your mobile phone. They need to have announce a bill to you. The fourth is about the virtualization, because right now the cloud computing is a VS Sphere and the Hyper-V, the cloud computing, and also can join to the engagement with the network security, and the last one is also the high availability the technology. Okay, so security is a very popular recent year, as I told before, and right now anything you know watch the movie, you understand is security. Also the hacker can steal your money like a big chain. So it's you can understand security also on the networking is very important. I also introduced why is the high availability the technology. You can see here is a high availability technology. For example, is here if you use a web browser here and connect to the local and the company local and connect to the server system, right? So actually the server system is active, but if somehow the server system shut down, like earthquake or the typhoon, the attack the server system, the shutdown, if it didn't provide a slave like standby system, so it will crash. If this based on the earthquake, and the server system shut down, so we need a standby or slave system to back up this active system. It can make sure guarantee the high availability of technology. So which means high availability, which means how to back up each other. The backup system, backup data, synchronization the data, synchronization the config, synchronization the timing and data, and the synchronization of everything. Then back up the main system. The other topology is using the L4 switch. They go to the active 1 and active 2. If we have an active 1 and active 2 system, actually it can load sharing, the traffic sharing. If only we just using the master and the standby, actually it's only the backup system, but it cannot control the traffic. But on the other way, if using the two active system, actually we can using the traffic sharing. For example, like the highway 1 and highway 2. Highway 1 is very congestion. Then we will traffic is a congestion, and if we have two active highway, then we can based on the traffic sharing. It's the same technology, same concept. So we have active 1 and active 2, the mail system. Then we can back up each other, and also can connect to the next server, and also can traffic control. But in this two active system, we need more cost, right? Because you know it's a two active system, we need two cost. So if we use a VM machine, it's a VM1 and a VM2. It's a virtual machine. Like an active 1 and active 2, the virtual machine. Then we can use the same device, hardware device. Then different the OS. Then we can share this about the virtual machine. And also can vMotion to the NAS service. So the virtual machine, the mechanism actually provide the virtual machine the extending like a VMware, vMotion can create the virtual machine to initial operation. So we can implement the multi-virtual machine, multi-operation in the large system. So it can use this multi-machine virtual machine task to the SMTP, POP3, and the IMAP, and the HTTP in webmail, so we can distinguish the system loading. So which means high availability the architecture. Okay. Based on the previous discussion, so we can understand is computing, networking, the knowledge, and also the TCP/IP protocol. Based on this, you can also learn how to do get the CCNA and the HCIA and the H3C and the NE. You can go take this exam and enter this industry. And based on this CCNA, you can focus on the networking engineer, right? And like the CCIE, HCIE, and the CCNP, and the HCIP. And this is also very helpful in your career plan. And based on this knowledge, you can help about to do the operating system. The operating system is two topics. One is about Windows, the other is about Linux. So in Windows, the category, you can create a category activity domain, and the Windows network, the architecture, and the Windows network service, and the Windows the server management. In the other hand, about the Linux, you can do the Linux security and high availability technology. And the third is about the Linux network architecture, like a Linux end-to-end connection in the network. The third, in the Linux, you can also engage about the server management, about the in whole the operating system. Actually, it's a two category about one is about Windows, the other is about Linux. Based on this operating system, the upper layer, you can the engagement with the virtualization technology and computing, cloud computing. So visualization is like a blockchain, right? It's like a Bitcoin, and somehow maybe the variation, motion, like movie, Hollywood movie, is also using a lot of VR, AR, and cloud computing. So based on this technology, related to the Windows Hyper-V and the vSphere, 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 and the KVM. So based on this visualization and the cloud computing, you can engagement the entrepreneurial application like email server and the web server and maybe the two device for the casting active to active and active to standby, the casting design, server design. On the architecture, you can also engage about the OBA, the database, the management. So the database related to Oracle and MySQL, SQL, and MS SQL. And based on this technology, you can understand the database design and SQL language, how to use this language, computer science language. On the other hand, also I mentioned about networking, right? The networking based on the TCP/IP, you can understand the networking security and the whole system security and the application security. It's all about the security topic. So overall, you can see it's based on TCP/IP. It's very useful. It's all the technology is after the TCP/IP network, and so that's why we emphasize the TCP/IP is very, very important. We will also discuss and talk how the implement in TCP/IP, what's the language, what's the concept in TCP/IP, then you understand the TCP/IP protocol. So, related to the TCP/IP and the whole concept, you can understand one is about the software development technology, and the other hand is about the software testing, right? So about the software, you have two fields. One is about the development, the other is about the testing, right? So based on the two software architecture, is need the hardware in the first ground. So in the hardware, about the hardware, we need a compiler, we need a firmware, we need a connected driver to the hardware to the update. So like we were using the C language connecting the firmware and the hardware, and also the C#, C object orientation, or the C language object orientation. So after the C language, you can understand, you can based on the C language to engage about the database, right? And the database storage, and the storage, file storage, and distribute the storage. So if you understand the database storage, then you can understand, based on the storage, you can understand how to communication, and based on the TCP/IP, so you can using this storage to engage to the server language, like the C# and the PHP and the Java. So Java and the PHP and the C# will relate to the server language. And also you can the friend development. Friend development is two kinds of friend development. One is the MVC friend. The second is the ORM friend. The third is the AOP friend. It's related to the development of friend. Based on the language and the friend, you can also the data mining and the AI and the deep learning and the machine learning. So combine the machine learning, deep learning, and big data, and the friend design, and the language, and you can integrate the system development. System development is a whole system, like network system, like a mobile system, like a platform. So the platform also, we can, based on the application layer, it's like a browser, right? The browser is two kind of category. One is front end, and the other is back end. So front end, the friend and the front language. Front language is related to the browser interface, so related to the human being behavior. So you can understand if the human interface actually is related to the HTML, right? And the JS and the CSS. If the front end friend also related to the jQuery and the Bootstrap and the LESS. On the other hand, it's related to the subscriber demo, subscriber platform. It's about the iOS for the Apple, right? And also the Android for the Google system mobile phone, and also some is about the Win phone. Okay, so this topology, so you can understand, is a whole. Okay, we have take a break. Okay, later we will come back.